Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into the League Up. You got another week in wrestling today. When you see this pretty face, I am your host, Ron the Don. When you see this guy, your other host, Alan Xander, whatever. Duck and smoke like
Man,
always.
ain't nobody worried about you, bro. Ain't nobody worried about you, bro. It's a jam-packed week for Alexander. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing gonna stop my shine over here, bro. Because everybody know December 7th, the Revolution Rumble, Alexander is making his well-awaited debut, and I will be winning the whole damn thing. You heard that here first.
Yes, sir. We got a jam-packed episode, like my guy said. So if you want to stick around, we got SmackDown, we got Raw, Survivor Series reviews. We got to talk the Judgment Day, the New Day, a little bit of TNA. We got to talk about all that stuff. I have a couple in the chamber still, but we got to talk about all that stuff. But we're gonna start out with the big news out of today. Triple H and some Netflix executives doing a press conference today on behalf of Raw moving to Netflix, and we got a little bit of interesting news. The first, said by Tony Khan, confirmed by Triple H, WWE will not. I repeat, will not. Nick Khan. Oh, Nick Khan. Sorry, Nick Khan. Appreciate that. But Nick Khan, Triple H confirmed that WWE will not be going mature when they head to Netflix. They still want to stay family friendly. Netflix also said that they're ready to take on Raw, despite all the concerns about the possible buffering and all of that. They said they got that covered and they ready for it. And also we learned that Pat McAfee will return to full-time commentary once that show kicks off. And we should expect more celebrity crossovers, with Raw being on Netflix. So I turn it over to you, Mr. Xander. Anything really stood out to you with all that being said and going on?
That's a lot to take in, but I'm gonna just state a couple of things. All right, so let's start off with Pat McAfee. Look, we already knew that Pat McAfee was gonna come back full time because look, that Netflix paycheck, that already, you know what I mean, that's gonna speak for itself. Then also with the celebrity crossovers, that's really, really good. Seeing that, they actually did that before, back in like, what was it, like 09, 2010, around that time. They was doing like the special guest host every week. And that was good. That was putting in ratings. That was putting new eyes on the product. So I think they're gonna have that same.
People hated that.
I wasn't one of the ones that hated it. I mean, did they? Some of the guest hosts, I will say, was kind of like, it was a little bit kind of weird, but like for the most part, I mean, there was some decent guest hosts that they would have on there, so I ain't really got no issue with it. And as far as the mature, they were saying that they're not going like, oh, they're not going rated R or X rated. I mean, obviously they're not gonna go like rated R and X. Like you're not gonna see stuff you see in the Attitude Era, obviously. And when I say see stuff, I'm referring to like how they used to labelize. They used to label the women. You know what I mean? Y'all not gonna see that. But are they gonna get edgier? Yes. Are they gonna probably let loose a little bit on promos and stuff? Maybe, because I mean they have that platform to do so. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like they really just testing the waters right now. I've been saying this a couple pods ago. I was saying that they're pretty much pushing the limits, especially in this last month. I expect to see a lot of limits being pushed to seeing like what they can do and what they can't do for this last month. Because they're gonna try to go out with a bang on USA.
No, definitely think we're gonna get better and more creative content when WWE does move to Netflix, because like they're gonna have to fill up those 3 hours, and they know to start everybody's gonna be watching that. Even casual fans that haven't tuned into WWE, like I feel like it's gonna be a big deal, but I don't think they're moving too far away into like mature, because you know there's a bigger market in the fact that WWE is for all and not for
And the thing is, a lot of people, believe it or not, like, we weren't expecting that. Like, honestly, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't, expecting to see, R-rated content on wrestling. I mean, what is this, Power? Come on now, like, it ain't, no. So, I mean, it's wrestling. We expect, wrestling. We expect, content that's gonna make us be like, oh, all right, bet. Now I gotta tune in next week. I gotta tune in the week after that. I gotta tune in the week after that. So I think they're gonna do a good job with handling that. So I ain't even worried about that part. But
yeah, Power, but there is some weirdos on the net talking about they want to Dom and Liv to reenact Edge and Lita live, celebration, if you know what I'm
breaking kayfabe, and you know I don't like doing this, but the man's married, bro. Like, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think he would even approve of that. He wouldn't even want to do that.
I know this. I'm just saying, there's people on the net been trolling.
I'm sure they are, cause man,
but we moved.
People on the net.
This past Friday night SmackDown was the go home show for Survivor Series. And one thing that really stood out on that show was the sit down between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Now,
Same here.
This was very, cinematic, cinema. I remember I texted you that on behalf of, the whole weekend of WWE, just straight cinema through and through. But CM Punk saying he's not doing it for Roman Reigns, he's doing it for Paul Heyman. He's doing it for, in his words, our wise man. So, what did you take out of this one-on-one sit down with CM Punk and Roman Reigns?
I'm still trying to figure out what this favor was, because I'm pretty sure we was gonna get to that until, which we will cover later on in the podcast, Seth Rollins interrupting him on that in his promo. So I mean, look, there's a favor out there that CM Punk can call upon. So it's one of them wait and see things, man. I'm letting stuff cook. I don't even want to I don't want to try to rush anything. I just want to see how it's going to play out.
Speaking of cooking, it was announced that we're getting Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event this upcoming month. I believe December 12th is when that is going to be on Peacock. How do you feel about
this? And it will be in Long Island, New York, my hometown. Backyard. You know what I mean? Yep. So, hey, it's going to be a good show. They already got, 2 matches announced for it? If I'm not mistaken, or just 1?
4, actually.
They got 4? Okay.
We got the Cody and Kevin Owens. Then
Owens.
We got another one we'll get to when we cover Raw. And then we get the inaugural...
the inaugural championship matches. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of that, Michin moved on in the qualifying round. And I remember before last week we were saying in this matchup who could replace Jade. Well, it was indeed Lash Legend, so no Charlotte. But we had some conflicting...
It was you that said Lash, huh?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be...
all right.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be Lash or Charlotte for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, one of us had to be right. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but Lash took her place. To start off SmackDown, we had Liv Morgan, throwing some grease, in the pot, basically saying that, Bayley could have took out Jade, and we had some conflicting reports coming from Dave Meltzer saying that Jade is not actually injured. Where do you stand in all this? Do you feel like Jade is injured? Do you still feel like, you know who attacked Jade? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know, because like you said, conflicting reports. One minute he says she's injured. Other time he's saying she's not injured. So Dave Meltzer, which one is it? Come on, man. You really can't miss with this type of stuff, especially with you having the reputation of, in my personal opinion, the Steph Curry of news. You don't miss. So it's you can't mess up that reputation, bruh. You know what I mean?
A couple of years.
I mean, some of the reports I've been seeing, they have been coming to light, but like I was saying, you know what? That was a bad analogy. Let's not say Steph Curry. Let's say, who can we say? Who can we say? Klay Thompson. We'll say Klay Thompson. The other Splash brother.
Now you talking about Sean Ross Sapp.
But I mean, look, my opinion on that is just like we gotta just get our facts straight. Is she injured? Is she not injured? But I also got a theory. Of my own with the whole Jade Cargill situation myself. But I mean, we could talk about that in a later episode because I want to see how this next episode of SmackDown plays out, so where I can share that theory with y'all.
They did not do shit with those tag team championships yet, so it's definitely a wait and see.
I think they're going to though.
Well, it's a wait and see. I'm definitely looking forward to SmackDown, seeing what they got on the after episode of Survivor Series. Speaking of Survivor Series, we're gonna roll right into that because Survivor Series had the correct name because not a lot of people survive coming out of this PLE. The injury report, it's a lot of people on IR after this pay-per-view, but we're gonna start with the women's War Games match where we saw Team Rhea Ripley get the W. We saw Io Sky, Tiffany Stratton jumping off that cage. Tiffany Stratton threatening to cash in that briefcase. Rhea Ripley taking the mask off, even though she got the injury to the eye. Bayley proving that she could be trustworthy. All of this stuff going on. What was your thoughts on this matchup?
Oh man, like I didn't watch it live because I was on the way to the watch party as it was going on. But when I got to the watch party, everybody was like, "Dang, you missed a really really good match." So
solid.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that I missed it live. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, definitely solid from what I've seen. Because I mean, it's a War Games match. Yeah. That match is always delivered. They always cook.
Definitely, but personally, start this out there right now. Next year, we don't need it. Do something different.
Yeah, and I will say this though, before we talk about anything else, I just want to go on a limb and say that I myself was undefeated in my picks. So if there were parlay picks, I would have greened my parlay because I went undefeated the whole night. You can go back on the pod and see every person I said that was gonna win won.
Same, because we actually had the same picks. So
yeah. So hey, we would have greened our parlay. Look, we'd have been eating good.
Same. Well, we're gonna see if we can do that later. But we're gonna say that for later. Next, we had the United States Championship on the line, and we got a new United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, new champ. New theme song, new look, new moveset, new aura, new era for that United States Championship. What are your thoughts on the Shinsuke Nakamura rebrand?
Yeah, I'm digging the look, man. I also noticed he don't have the shade side no more. So I mean, hey, that's just a different look for him. But yeah, man, this new Shinsuke, I'm just glad that they finally pulled the trigger because it was like. He was on his last chance, kind of like at least with me, like as far as me, giving a damn. But yeah, man, I'm glad they actually did it. I'm glad they put the strap on him, because like I said before, a title chasing LA Knight, in my opinion, is just better than a title holding LA Knight, and they may have bigger plans for LA Knight in the future, so that's probably why they made him drop the title.
Hey, speaking of LA Knight, if there was one way for him to go out. At least it was in this kind of element where like Shinsuke was coming in fresh, brand new. But I just wanted to say it's just crazy because in this year we saw the real Undertaker, we saw retired Undertaker, we saw bisexual Undertaker. Now I think we seeing Japanese Undertaker. With the way Shinsuke walking around during his entrance and everything. So I'm definitely hyped for the rebrand. So. Can't wait to see what Shinsuke do next. After we got the triple threat match, and when I said, no survivors early on, I really meant it. Braun Breaker survived. He retained his championship, but coming out of this match, it was news reported that Sheamus has broken ribs. So Ludwig Kaiser got his pound of flesh, which is crazy when you really think about it. But all in all, Braun Breaker is still your Intercontinental Champion.
And that makes me wonder, what spot did he break his ribs on? I want to say either the announce table spot.
I was gonna say, I think the announce table.
Yeah, because if you see like in the finish of the match where he took the spear, he bumped a little, like he kind of bumped like yeah. It was an awkward bump that he took, because it was like, and that's probably why it took him long to get up, because we was all wondering at the end, like, they ain't getting up. He's kind of like, he's trying to settle it in, but I think about him like it's probably his ribs. So that's crazy.
Definitely. But I wouldn't have been mad if Ludwig Kaiser would have won, but we're gonna get into that. Well, now we can talk about it now. It seemed like Ludwig Kaiser, they planting them seeds, and that could possibly lead us into this next match that happened. Gunther successfully defended his championship versus Damian Priest. And before we get into that match, it was announced that Gunther has re-signed with WWE to a new multi-year contract. So you guys better get used to seeing Gunther with that World Heavyweight Championship around his waist for years to come, because I do think he's going to be a multiple-time world champion before it's all said and done. But in this match against Damian Priest, he ended up retaining this championship because Finn Balor is an egomaniac. He came out, he can't get over his old ex, Damian Priest. He cost Damian Priest the championship. Gunther retained with help. For a man that's doubting himself, he had to get help to beat Damian Priest. Where do you think these two go from here?
The fact that he needed help to beat Damian Priest not once, but twice, it definitely does, trigger, a question. Like, can Gunther beat Damian Priest clean? Can he beat him clean? But yeah, Finn Balor going up against Gunther for the world title soon enough. I can already see how that match is gonna play out. Damian Priest, gonna have to give him a receipt.
That has been announced for Saturday night's main event. So definitely looking forward to that storyline. Finn Balor and Damian Priest also got into it in the parking lot of the Survivor Series, and they left Damian Priest laying. So by next week we should know more on that. Then we had the main event, the OG Bloodline and CM Punk facing off against Solo's Bloodline and Bronson Reed, who I think really fits that group well. And this was a viral main event. You had Roman and CM Punk getting into it while they were locked in that cage. Had the viral video of Roman cutting off CM Punk from leaving that cage. But had Roman climbing up the side of the cage. We had a bunch of injuries in this match. One is alleged. And, no turns, no surprises. The OG Bloodline get the dub. CM Punk and Roman Reigns ended up shaking hands when it was all said and done. What was your thoughts on this main event to close out Survivor Series?
That match cooked. I'm going to just say that right now. That match was, oh my God. That match right there, if I had to give it, a star rating, that match is definitely 4.5. There was really only reason why I'm not giving it a 5 is just because, it's unfortunate. Injuries. But, man, look, and honestly, the person that I'm about to label as the MVP of the match is going to shock you. Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso was the MVP of that match. That dude was out there doing moves I didn't know that he had in his bag, bro. So, hey, I got to give Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy underrated, for sure.
And he got his win. I mean, it wasn't a solo win, but he got his win.
Yeah. Sticking with Jimmy, it was said by Jay after the match that when he did the dive off the top of the cage, he actually broke his toe. So, speedy recovery to Jimmy. Then also when Bronson Reed did his dive and CM Punk pulled Roman out the way and he landed through the table, I don't know if he had a broken ankle or I know he messed up both of his ankles. So, it looks like
I think one of them was broken.
Bronson Reed is going to be on the shelf.
And if you look at the footage, bro, you can see he lands pretty much the same way Edge landed or Adam Copeland landed. Like, I don't know. I guess when they're doing these dives off the cage, they're landing feet first. And that is automatically going to create chaos. Like, it's going to create chaos. So, I just hope speedy recovery for Big Bronson Reed, man.
Then we get into a controversial injury because Jacob actually seemed like he hurt his leg in the match as well, but a lot of people aren't buying it. A lot of people said this was a way to protect him. The referee didn't throw up that X sign, and Jacob was able to continue the match. If he was hurt, it was definitely a commendable effort. If he wasn't hurt, I actually like the way they did it. If he wasn't, you being the wrestler in training, soon to be professional wrestler making his debut, what was your thoughts? Real or fake?
Oof. I could say it's the same. It's the same scenario that they did for him at SummerSlam, where they're really doing a great job at protecting Jacob Fatu and making him be this big monster of a man, bro. Cause you don't want him taking a series of finishes and that killing his momentum. You know what I mean? Or you don't want him taking the pinfall, killing his momentum. So get him out the way. Give him a fake injury. But it's only so many times you can do the fake injury card where they're gonna where the fans and everybody else is gonna be like, oh, the boy who cried wolf. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be like he really gonna be injured out there, and we ain't gonna know. You know what I mean? Because the moves that this man does, high risk.
I mean, the only thing that kind of made me think like it could be real was when I thought he was supposed to be doing the spot through the table, and it looked like they called an audible, him and Bronson Reed, but maybe not. Maybe it was all in the plan.
No, I think that spot was fully for Bronson Reed. I think that was fully for Bronson Reed.
But, I also did a mention on SmackDown that Jacob actually went out, defeated Jey Uso by himself. So they're definitely protecting him no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of protecting Solo in a weird way, too. Because he had to take all those finishers just to get beat. So.
Yeah.
But, we'll see more of that, see what happens on SmackDown. Now, this past weekend, we also had another pay-per-view. It was in TNA. They had Turning Point, and we saw a TNA debut that I don't know if anybody was expecting, but I'm glad it happened. Trey Miguel wasn't able to compete, so Zachary Wentz, Kushida went and got a surprise tag team partner, and that happened to be everybody's bro, Matt Riddle, who recently debuted in TNA. What do you think this means for Matt Riddle, and what does it mean for TNA?
If Matt Riddle plays his cards right, I could potentially see him being a TNA World Champion in the future. I could see it. I could definitely see it. I'm hyped for it. Oh, did my phone just die? Damn. It's all good. But yeah, man, I could definitely see him becoming a world champ and being a good acquisition for TNA Impact. Because, I mean, hey, with the road that they're going, they're already back. You know what I mean? They're back. Like, I don't get a chance to watch TNA on a week-to-week basis. And it kind of hurts my soul because they're actually doing a damn good job. And I want to see what's going on. But, hey, conflicting schedules. What can you do? Conflicting schedules. I can't even watch NXT because of conflicting schedules.
It's a lot of it's one of the things you gotta catch it. But
yep.
I'm happy to see Matt Riddle in NXT. I definitely think he's going. I mean, in TNA, he could make his way to NXT. With the crossover and everything. But I'm looking forward to seeing him fight guys like, Josh Alexander, Moose, maybe run it back with Nick Nemeth. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Uh, Now it's time to jump into Monday Night Raw, which was really crazy. The night started off with CM Punk coming out, addressing the crowd, like you were saying earlier, alluding to that favor, but then got interrupted by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins saying that the WWE is his business and he wants CM Punk out of it. Those two start to brawl. Is broken up by Sammy and Jay. Seth Rollins takes personal shots at Jey Uso, telling him to go crawling back to Roman Reigns. Sammy Uso takes issue with Seth Rollins talking to his brethren like that. And then those two set up a match for later. Then we had Finn Balor trying to be the leader of the Judgment Day still, going up to Gunther, challenging him for a match. But then Gunther said he actually respects Dom more because he defeated Damian Priest. So then those two ended up being in a matchup in which Gunther won. But afterwards, Finn Balor came out, gave him 3 coup de grace, I believe. And now we're getting that match at Saturday Night Main Event between Gunther and Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. Dakota Kai advanced in the first match to determine who's going to be the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. Somebody attacked Jey Uso backstage. Do we know who it is? Do we don't know who it is? Sami Zayn thought it was Seth Rollins. But before we get to that, we got to really get into the talk of the night. It was the New Day, the New Day's 10th year anniversary. And after last week, they had the heated conversation, the back and forth. A lot of people thought this was going to be the night. We had a theory of our own, and I thought it was going to come true. As soon as Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods was about to tell the crowd that there was going to be a change, Big E made his return to Monday Night Raw. Still not medically cleared, but he wanted to manage Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. And, this is where the heartbreak comes because Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods turned their back on Big E, saying that he turned his back on them and left them to go live his life and forgot about them. And this hatred for Big E united Kofi and Xavier Woods. So it seems like they're still going to be, together. They're officially listed as heels on the WWE website now. So the turn has happened. Xavier Woods took it a step further and is going at it with Big E's girlfriend on Twitter, saying that her cooking was bland. She hit him saying that his whole singles career was bland. So, it seems like the New Day is no longer a trio. It is now a duo. Xander, what are your thoughts?
Now, I will say, our theory isn't all the way done. Because I remember in my theory, I did say that there was going to still be a tag team at the end of all this.
Yeah, we did say that.
So, it's not all the way done yet. It's just taking a turn. It's taking a different turn.
We did say that Big E was going to be the reason that they get reunited again, too. So,
that is crazy. Hey, that is crazy. And what's crazy about it is it wasn't in the way that we thought, though.
Yeah, I know. But it still happened.
They ended up split. Yeah, they reunited because they realized that the reason they've been feeling this way is because of Big E. Because look, before he came out, they was gonna go their separate ways, like on a mutual thing. They was gonna just mutually just go separate ways. So, I mean, hey, Big E, you had to go. You had to go, bruh. It's sad though, but They had to go.
The real gem of this segment was that Kofi Kingston said, "You broke your neck, so what?" And
that was heat. Off rip, that was heat, bro.
he started saying to all the wrestlers that broke their necks and still came back. He threw in Kurt Angle, Edge, um, the fact that they all came back and
Stone Cold,
and Big E never came back. And what was also crazy, was the fact that when Big E tried to say no, Kofi Kingston put his hand out and didn't want to embrace Big E. And I just thought, like, dang. But this clearly,
look, man.
I think this was the way to do it. Sorry to cut you off, but when you think about it, if Big E doesn't come back, which I think he will, because I think they did it this way because of that. But then I also think they're buying it time. You know what I'm saying? So, like we've been saying, this could all culminate at WrestleMania. So we could be getting New Day triple threat if everything happens for Big E. I ain't gonna lie.
And
I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta say this.
Go ahead.
Big E, bruh. Fire your barber, bruh. I can't even talk. But Big E, bro. Fire.
It's too many times. It's too many times, bro. Like, see, bro, the first couple of times when he debuted, I let it slide. But it's just like, now, bro? I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, like I said, if I ever get to that point, bro, I'm going to Turkey, bro. I'm going to Turkey and getting a hair transplant. I would have to figure out a way, you know what I mean, to write me off of whatever program they got me going on at the moment, and I'm getting a hair transplant, bro. Because I can't go, bro. Big E is like, bro, it's literally right to where my beats are right now.
Bro, not even. It was the back, like the lineup in the back, bro. Like
the tapering.
Dog.
Like, bro, it's the thing, bro. Like, look, man, I get it. Barbers are being out of pocket with these prices, bro. They get out of pocket. That's why I learned to cut my own hair. You know what I mean? So it's not even that hard either, bro. If you know how to taper, you know what I mean? Just blend. It ain't that hard to do it, bro. Like, shoot, I'm about to cut my hair again for show. For show day. I'm cutting my hair. I'm not going to a barber. I ain't got like that right now. So hey, I'm cutting it myself. Oh man. Biggie. That's probably why they cut him. That's probably why they cut him, because of his damn barber. Ooh. No blend, bro. Like, dude, no. This is what I would do, bro. This is what I'll do to help him out. You feel me? His head shape, right? His head shape is not good for a fro. I'm sorry. Cut it down, bro. Cut it to a 1 or a 2. And just taper the sides and the back. That's all you need to do, bro. Go do a wavelength taper. You do not need a fro. The fro is not for you, my guy. The fro ain't for you. Let the fro go. Let it go. That's bad. But on to everything else.
We got the main event: Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was convinced that Seth Rollins was the one that attacked Jey Uso, so he was gonna attack Seth Rollins with a chair. But Seth was able to convince him otherwise, rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3, told him that he needs to be smarter than that. And then out of nowhere, he was hit with a Claymore from a returning Drew McIntyre. And one can only assume that he was also the one who attacked Jey. I'm pretty sure. But we'll see on Monday Night Raw. And that was pretty much Monday Night Raw in a nutshell. Your overall thoughts?
It was like you said in the text message, cinema. The standout segment of the night had to be the whole New Day breakup, man. That right there left me speechless. I'm like, bruh, they really went there. They really went there, bro. But yeah, Drew McIntyre coming back. That was a good little cliffhanger though to leave Raw on, because now you want to know what's going on with Drew McIntyre, because I guess now it's gonna be Sami Zayn against Drew McIntyre. That's gonna be the new program. So,
what I think, I'm interested to see how this is gonna work out, because, as they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and Seth Rollins feels like all his friends betrayed him by teaming up with Roman and CM Punk. Who does Drew McIntyre hate the most? The Bloodline and CM Punk. So, if you telling me that we possibly getting a team up for, not long term, but for short term, Seth and Drew versus Jay and Sammy, I'm into it.
Yep, because if you think about it, that's the only OG Bloodline members that's on Raw.
Yeah. And
everybody else on SmackDown.
They're going to have to pivot some kind of way, because Jimmy is out, Bronson's out, so they got to pivot some kind of way. So,
yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see how that all plays out. But we got to get into some NXT business. NXT, yes, we have not been talking about it a lot lately, but we still tapped in. NXT has been on fire recently, especially that women's division, in more ways than one. But they have a PLE coming up this weekend, NXT Deadline, which we have a new segment that we want to debut on the show called Parlay. I know that's bland, like Big E's girlfriend's cooking according to Xavier Woods, or like his singles career according to Big E's girlfriend.
And like Big E's hairline, according to Alexander.
A whole lot of bland.
And Ron the Don.
Nah, it's more than bland. that junk is. Hey, cuz. Hey, bro, cut it off. But, yeah, parlay. So, for example, to show you how this works, my question, we're going to build a ticket for Mr. Alexander. So, my first question for him, just to give an example, are you going over or under on an NXT Deadline match making the main roster next year?
Over.
So that's how it works. But now we're going to do NXT Deadline edition. So we have 2 title matches. Are you taking the over or under on 1.5 title changes? So you have Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus the No Quarter Catch crew, and then Trick Williams defending against Ridge Holland. Are you going over or under 1.5? Under.
You say under 1.5? Oh, under. Under all day. I don't think both them titles changing. Under.
In our women's Iron Survivor match, do you feel like the winner, whoever wins the match, is going to have over or under 5 falls to win that match?
Ooh. See, if I'm looking at the past Iron Survivor matches, you know what? I'll take the over. I'll take the over.
Over 5 wins. Then you got under on the championships. So then, how will the NXT Underground match between Lola Vice and Jada Parker end? Will it end in a knockout? Will it end by referee's decision? Or will it end by submission?
Knockout.
And last question. Are you going over or under on the fact that Eddie Thorpe's attacker will be revealed during this PLE?
Under. I don't think it's going to happen yet.
So that was the parlays. You know, we hoping for a great NXT deadline. We're going to see if this man cashes out and win $1 million link-up dollars, or is he going to go home with nothing? Hey, that's basically how we do that.
I'm a betting man. That's in the name. All in. I'm putting all my chips in.
Bro, this episode is crazy. But, all right, now it's time for another new segment. So we notoriously do top 5 on this episode or this show. But we're going to switch it up. Every beginning of the month, we're going to give our power rankings. So our top 10 wrestlers. This could be from WWE, NXT, AEW, TNA, NJPW, MLW, ROH. It could be from Wildcat Wrestling. We're going to give our top 10 wrestlers. So that could be men, women, tag team, faction, anybody to fill that slot for the month of November. So, number 10. Who are you taking?
Okay, bet. All right, so number 10. Let's see. Number 10. I'm going to have to go with... I'm going to take Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. Respect it.
Sami Zayn.
Number 9. This might surprise you, but I'm actually going to take the Hurt Syndicate. I like what they did for the month.
Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
Okay. And for my number 8 spot, I'm going to take... This is going to be a surprise that she's even on here because she may have not done much in November, but I think she's going to do a whole lot in December and come in 2025. At my number 8, from NXT, Jada Parker. Man, look, let me tell you why she's on that list. Just the promo alone that she did last night, bro. Last night. Just the promo alone that she did last night. And apparently, from what I heard from people on Twitter and TikTok and everything, she did drop the N-bomb, bro. I think she did. I think she Booker T, bro. Before the cameras cut off. I think she Booker T.
I don't know, because NXT pre-tape.
Nah, she did. She dropped, bro. Go back and watch the video. I think she did. I think she Booker T. She Booker T and she dropped the S-bomb. So hey.
Lola Vice got her really, really going crazy. Number 7, I'm sticking with NXT. I like Stephanie Vaquer. Like, she's been going crazy down at NXT. So I'm gonna put that as my number 7.
My number 6, we're gonna go to the row. Reality of Wrestling. Give me the Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champ, Zilla Fatu.
Mad at it.
Making some waves out here on the independent circuit. It's like I keep saying about Zilla Fatu on the podcast. It ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. For the same reasons, I gotta give this guy my number 5 because it ain't a matter of if he's gonna be a world heavyweight champion one day. It's the matter of when, and I'm talking about the current Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker.
Okay. And now, sticking with the Samoans. What are we on, number 4?
Yeah.
Gotta go with Mr. I Love You Solo himself, Jacob Fatu.
But number 3.
Hey, you top 5 still.
Yeah. Number 3, I gotta go with somebody who's really been putting in work, really been carrying like half of Raw on her back. I'm gonna go with the women's world champion, Liv Morgan. Definitely.
Gotta give her flowers from where she was at. You know what I mean? I keep saying it, bro. Where she was at when she first jumped on the scene and how they was trying to put the SmackDown Women's title on her and everything like that. She evolved. Liv Morgan has evolved. Same with Nia Jax. You know, same with a lot of these people. They evolve in a good way. Which I wouldn't say leads me to my number 2? So at number 2, who I got, who's been making waves, turned me into a believer. We sticking, and it's no pun intended with that. This is coming from the WWE. Damian Priest at number 2. Damian Priest, we talking about evolution, someone evolving, somebody getting better and better every day. He's a prime example of how, like, I would like, my career to pan out. It's Damian Priest. Definitely. Yup.
Number 1 for me, personally, I hate to do it, but it's not. It's the person that absolutely hates their guts, because this has been the most entertaining person for me in November. Put Randy Orton on the shelf. Hates the bloodline. Hates Cody Rhodes. Will be challenging for his WWE Undisputed Championship in a couple of weeks. Number 1, I gotta go with Kevin Owens.
So he takes this, throws it. That's how he's doing it. He does the ones.
But no.
He don't like them boys.
Those the ops. But yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Kevin Owens, we got Damian Priest, Liv Morgan, Zilla Fatu.
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5. Man. Braun Breaker. Then Zilla.
Yes.
Then this is crazy.
Well, you're baked. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't even remember his picks. Oh, he's fried. He's fried. Time to go to bed.
Stephanie Becker.
Yes.
Then Jada Parker. Then the Hurt Syndicate. Then whoever you said first. Let's see if
damn.
You
got me stuck. Dang, you got me stuck. Oh. Who did I say number 10?
I don't know.
Dang. Yeah, this episode's been a real one, ladies and gentlemen. It's authenticity over here. Authenticity and transparency.
It's only because we solely focus on the Revolution Rumble right now. So I'm gonna hand this over to this man, and he's gonna tell you why he's gonna win this match.
Look, being I'm the only person that doesn't even have a poster yet, that already puts me at an advantage because don't nobody know that I'm entering this match. But when you hear my music pop up and you see me walk through that curtain, you're going to feel everything and you're going to see what I got to offer. And I'm going to make sure everybody in that crowd knows that I am him. I am the golden ticket. And I am Mr. All-in-One from the 6-3-1. Alexander. And I've been working on the little. I don't think it's gonna be this though. I think it's we working on that though. I think I was thinking about something like this. You know what I mean? Like this is something. I was thinking about that.
I was trying to make an A and an X, but then that ain't looking right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with something like this. Like you know how AJ Styles was like that. So do that.
You don't want to take that.
All right.
But, ladies and gentlemen,
take them.
Y'all check in. Y'all stay locked in with the link up. Y'all stay locked in.
All I'm gonna say is this. I'm either gonna pop up on the next week podcast, happy as hell, or you're gonna see me kind of salty. So either way it go, you gonna know how the Revolution Rumble went down. You know what I mean? By my facial expression. So we're gonna see.
Y'all tap in if you're in the Louisiana area. Y'all go to that. Get your tickets now.
And not only are you getting a Revolution Rumble match with me debuting, you're getting the first ever steel cage match in Wildcat Sports history, and you're getting a tag team title match, which is going to be in a tables match. So hey, come on now, you're getting a tables match.
Yeah, lock in. That's really all I got to say.
And that's all I got to say. I already said everything I want to say, you know what I mean? You just, and we just pumped. Didn't realize how close we are to this event, you know what I mean? I'm just hyped. I'm hyped.
Sure. I'm down.
And I'm Alexander.
Like that. We are.
Ron the Don Trash. Peace.
Trip forever and I'm just not getting started. That's the one.